So now I'm going to bring up the field picker. So here is the field picker. So let me do a little bit of information here. Let me do contact info for this person, name, email, and phone. And I can drag these out. It is. And then let me also add a portal down here. And this is going to be, from artwork, show the related artwork, give me a scroll bar, use the alternate row state. Okay. And
alternate what state?
Alternate row. So give me that shading.
Okay.
Right. So now I'm not going to do this. I'm going to use the tab control again. And so here for the portal, I'm just going to say date. Let's do title, medium, date. And I want to get a horizontal row of fields. I like this, because this is one of my favorite things. How many times have you had nightmares doing portals?
Oh, yes.
And give me label at the top. And now I can drag out that row. And if I'm good, I drag out my fields. There they are in a nice row. And if I'm good, I can line them up so I get my, use the arrow keys to nudge it. Now I get my labels right there. And now last thing, let me just put up here some text and say,
Lazy dog.
oh, it's so nice to be lazy though. So a couple other things I really like about the field picker. Yes. It would be nice to, maybe I want to put in the artist's birthday. So let me go back to the artist table. It's not here. I can search in here. Well, no, I don't have the birthday, so let me add a new field. And I can use the same keyboard shortcut bindings that I know from Manage Database. But I didn't have to go to Manage Database. Define the field. I can now just...
That's nice.
Although I would try to, I'm so used to going.
Yeah,
old
fast
school.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to go the old school way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now let's save this. And I'm going to switch back to the iPad and hope that this all worked. I'm going to have to unlock it again and all those things, though. Go AirPlay. Here we are. There it is. And now I should be able to go back here and switch layout to my new iPad layout I'm making. There it is. And so again, I can scroll, all the things I can do. But wouldn't it be nice when I'm entering a phone number, or better yet, even entering an email address, to not have to go in and do all the switches? Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about those custom keyboards, which really do speed up and improve data entry. I'm going to start with the email field and bring my inspector back. And again, on the Data tab, under Behavior, there is a pop-up for Touch Keyboard Type. So it's going to give you the default for data type. So if it's a number, you'll get a number keyboard. But I could go in and say, give me an email keyboard type for the email field. For the phone, give me the phone. For birthday, actually give me a calendar with the show and hide icon. Actually, I'm not going to use that for. And the nice thing is, if I just do an edit box and do default for data type on a birthday, I'm going to get the date controls on iOS anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
So by now, I'm just going to drag all of these out a little wider too, so that I can see everything in them. Now, if I save that layout and go back to my iPad, now when I tap in the phone, I get phone. If I go previous, and if I go here, I get the at. You'll see down, there's the at symbol.
Yeah.
If I go into the birthday, there it is, and I can say maybe today is her birthday, but she was born in
Very nice.
1965. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like that a
The
lot.
default on the birthday one before
Uh-huh.
you changed it was what?
So by default, you get the default,
You get
the date picker,
Because
the
it,
iOS.
because it was a date.
Yeah, because it's a date.
Yeah.
So is that, if you put the calendar, you make it back the other way with the
If I
calendar on there.
go to a calendar, I think you can't override
What do you
that.
get with a timestamp?
So with a timestamp, you still get the date picker.
Is it date picker without the
And try to
time?
get a time, I would guess.
Yeah, or you get the date and time. Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
So let's do two things. So first of all, let's do.
I haven't tried that yet.
So first
Normally
thing, I'm going to
timestamps,
change
you
this to a
You don't enter
drop-down
stuff into
calendar.
timestamps as a rule. The system does, you know. So
All right. So if I turn this into a drop-down calendar, I still get the iOS date picker.
Okay.
Okay. And so let's also do this. Let's change my field type. Again, I can do this right with the field picker. You go find that. I can change this to a timestamp. And let me save that.
Very precise on what you're supposed to look for.
That's right. We want to know.
when they
Yeah.
were born.
No.
That's it.
All right. So if I go here to timestamp, there I get the whole thing. So I get,
You're not back to your.
You know, flip it.
Oh, sorry. There it is. I do get a timestamp picker, so I can do.
It does the date and you can just type in the time.
Well, no, it
No,
gives
the
me the
time
slider
becomes
as
part of the
well.
next wheel.
Oh,
Part of the wheel.
Yep.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
I
Can you
get the whole
change that
thing.
to 24-hour time? So you're like at
Yeah. I mean, that's a,
AM, PM?
Very nice.
well, that's a system default or that's a file default.
Okay.
How do
I
you do
still
that?
can't remember AM, PM.
So that's all nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you like that?
Yes.
So now let's talk a little bit about themes and styles. Yeah?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do this right on my artist detail layout again. So first thing is, let me go in and, maybe I don't like this theme, so I'm just going to touch, let's pick a different one. So this is Sophisticated Touch is the one we're using here. Let me grab Luminous, just because.
Unsophisticated touch.
Yeah. It's called luminous.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll make it even less exciting. So before I do that, though, I might need power. Nice power from someone. Oh, is that an older one?
Yeah, it is an older one.
That's an older one. That's not going to help me.
I have no bag or you
I have. I just realized that I'm about to. Go in.
Yeah, we can see you're down there on your screen.
Oh, you can see the whole screen on stuff on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up there.
All right. Where is it? Come on.
Mine's an old school one too.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. I didn't actually put it away neatly the other day.
That was mine.
Oh, this was yours? That's why it's not put away neatly. This is the problem with matching bags.
I still like the old hockey puck power cord.
Wrap them inside as opposed to wrapping around the feet.
Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah. All right. So now, here we are. Let me get this out of the way. So one thing about this theme that's pretty cool is that there actually has, it's kind of hard to see, it's subtle, it has a background image, so let me change the background image. So if I, with nothing selected on the layout, if I go to the Appearance tab, you'll see that I have a fill of an image on this layout. And I could maybe change that image if I want to by clicking Choose. And let me go grab this nice picture of
Melancholy too.
Machu Picchu, taken by one of my colleagues. And now you get a much more exciting. So I'm going to save that and go into browse mode. And let's see, what does that look like on the iPad? Well, you know what? It's cool, but it's not really the best user experience on the iPad. There's a little too much going on. I'm going to go back over here, go back into layout mode, and I am going to undo. And undo. And undo.
How many undos?
Well, as many undos as I want,
Okay.
but with FileMaker 12, we gave you unlimited undos in layout mode, right? But if you saved your layout,
You were SOL, yeah.
you were SOL.
Yeah.
I can now undo as far back as when I first came to this layout. Like, it won't go, if I change layouts, it won't, suddenly that clears your undo stack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's still nice though.
It's still really
Then you
nice,
can
right?
actually, oh,
Yeah, let
Well,
me.
look okay in layout mode, but then
Yeah. So now I
That's
can.
nice.
So you can undo.
Can you
across.
change the background per device? Like when you said, it looked okay on the laptop, but didn't look so good on the iPad.
No, because that's part of the theme. You'd need to have 2 layouts for that.
Okay.
But maybe I like this one. So this one's working for me. So I undid. So now let's do a little more styling. So one thing though that's not great, if I go back to browse mode and look at this on either device, one thing I'm not so excited about on this, and I don't know why it just did this to me. There, update. It just sometimes needs a force. Is like in the portal, there's a lot of white boxes and it kind of is busy, right? So what I can do here is go to the Styles tab. And if I select a field, you'll see I've got 2 styles available on a field. I have the default and a minimal edit box. So I can just restyle this. And these came by default with the theme. So I'm just going to style these with the minimal edit box and see what that looks like. Now that looks a little better. But I didn't have to go in and remember what that was. I just applied it. So that's nice. I can't go into layout mode when I'm looking at the iPad. Right. Just for an example of all the styles I get with one of the default themes, I've got, and you'll notice most of these are grayed out because you can only apply styles to the object that is currently selected. So if I select a field, I've got these 2 styles, the default and the minimal edit box. Now if I were to draw a button on the layout, and this is just going to be, I'm just going to say, this is just going to go to layout, and it's just going to go to my other artist detail layout. This is detail 2. And so now I've got this button. I've got a whole lot of different button styles. I've got several accent button styles.
And these are all for that particular
These are all
theme.
For this particular theme.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So maybe I like that kind of fun green color today. And maybe I want to highlight, another field. So now I've done that. So that looks pretty good. But maybe I want to pick up a background or make some other change to a field. So for example, to the phone field. Let's go ahead and maybe add a different fill color to this. So rather than using maybe I want to make it be that lovely green, that drab green, and to do that I should probably also make my text be white so it pops a little better. Let me look at that. Yeah, maybe I like that. So now I want to apply that to all my other fields. So you'll notice if I go up here, and I'm going to zoom just to make it easier to see, you see I've got my theme is sophisticated touch, my style is default.
Right.
But you'll see it's now got an asterisk, and this arrow is red, which if you're colorblind does not help you, which is why we give you both the red and the asterisk. So now I've got some choices. I can create a new name style, or I can save this change to my current style. So if I make this change, or I can revert, I can say, get rid of it, I decided it's ugly. But if I save changes to the current style,
all the defaults.
Everything that's default field text is going to change. In fact, there it all changed. And you'll notice the default property has some other things. Because my minimal edit box was based on default, my text turned white.